President of the Democrats in 2020 for the first time in the history of presidential campaigns. Being a woman may be more political asset than a liability among voters. Okay? But it's also often comes with means it depends on the present plenty of sexist double standard. Even many women is nominated for become a presidential part, but they have idea each person. Some women focus and emphasize and put the headlines Wednesday, January 30th. Bloodshed. Bloodshed means is some accident with some blood. In Tijuana is higher than ever, but the cause is fundamentally different from years past. This is the first time. Mess and murder in Tijuana. What's the mess? Methadone. Everybody say mess. It's a drug and murder in Tijuana. Not long ago, Tijuana was celebrating a major drop. The major drop means it's a major decrease. Very important decrease trend, passion in violence. Today, it's one of the most dangerous cities in the world. In 2018, a record 2,580 people were killed. People. Nearly 7 times in total in 2020. Across the border in San Diego, there was 34 homicides last year. Probably 34 people died. What's driving the homicide rate in Tijuana so high? With the help of local crime photographer, Times reporter Caitlin Linscomb, photographer Gary Coronado, and biographer Jesse Chan, the guys set out to explore the killings. Begin to research for killing. What they found is a new kind of drug war. Unlike the past, with cartels fighting over trafficking. Trafficking is smuggling. It's some deal with the drug. Trafficking. Smuggling. Routes to the United States. This battle is focused on competition over sales of methamphetamine or crystal. This is crystallography, and it is delayed for those living in Tijuana. The battle is focused to move that another idea. That's now in Tijuana situation. Okay. On the left, page 22, headlines, last day, January. National Park officials are back to work. This is finished the shutdown, partial shutdown, trying to fix the damage caused by unsupervised. Nobody supervised there, nobody controls. Visitors during the partial government shutdown. The man's inhumanity to land. Inhumanity means is heartlessness. No, keep in mind, heartless, no, much less. In Death Valley, piles of human waste and toilet paper flowers were left scattered around the desert. Yeah, very interesting expression. Toilet paper flowers. They threw away this toilet and then we look a lot far away and then we look at flowers, nice flowers. So they express the toilet flowers. At Joshua Tree, rangers have found around 24 miles of unauthorized new trails carved into the desert landscape by off-road vehicles, along with some of the park's namesake trees toppled. Means is they don't follow the main road. Any road they are trying to they're playing, so they cannot control that. This time they say the park's namesake meaning is they name me a different name, and then they're using the unauthorized word. With a partial federal government shutdown over, at least for now, authorities are beginning to tally the damage that occurred to some of California's national parklands. Tally means tally the damage means is count or calculate the damage. Tally. In the end, park officials say the damage was scattered, but now widespread. It will take time to recover. It will take time for long. Some reports it will take 300 more, years or something. So it will take, anyway, it takes a long time to recover. This is their last day. Trump insult United States intelligence again. Insult means is affront. The United States intelligence officials told Congress this week that Islamic States, IS is still dangerous. That North Korea is unlike to entirely dismantle. Dismantle means remove, take out. It's nuclear arsenal, nuclear weapon. And that Iran is not trying to build a nuclear weapon, and it is in compliance with, so according to, in compliance with, according to a multinational views. Means is several steps for relay the information, intelligence, intelligence agency, so FBI, CIA, and some military chief, they are meeting in the Senate, and then they say it's part of the Trump. So Trump is to insult them because they say to different world with Trump idea. President Trump's response to Russia. Russia means is hit something. Russia. At those officials means is yelling or insult or affront them, calling them extremely passive and naive. Very innocent, passive. Trump added, perhaps intelligence officers should go back to school. This expression is very incertain, okay? Because you go back to your school, and then you have to learn, and then you have to invest in more the information while you say that kind of things. Because Donald Trump is like the Iran, and he wants to make some degree agreement with North Korea. And IS is already finished the battle, but it's different idea for intelligence steps. That's why. And move on the February 1st Friday headlines. Federal authorities have arrested the owners of some tourist agency accused of bus tourism in the Los Angeles area. This news is related for Asian prevalent pregnancy. Born in the United States, USA, for as much as $100,000. Local officials in Southern California have struggled for years and years with how to respond to such in outfit, ringing, expectant mothers to the United States to give birth. Another thing, this is for what the reason? The territorial principle. We have two kinds of birth gifting. And the other one is the personal. We have two kinds of. This is for birth in here, and then automatically give to citizen. This is for belongs to which one? Mother or father? Belongs to mother. Okay, other side. That's why the Jewish is any Jewish married and get a baby belongs to mother. Even if the father is different race, they belongs to the same Jewish because it's mother side. This is personal principle and territorial principle. That's why most people is coming for people first. Now, federal authorities have filed criminal charges against the owners of companies accused of bus tourism. They say it's bus tourism. Alleging crimes such as immigration fraud, money laundering, and identity theft. They accuse three things: immigration fraud, money laundering. Most of fraud things is related money laundering. You know the American style. If I tax report or a fake document, and then they charge for accused or tax charge for something sentence, but the continuous they charge for huge money. How can this is a money laundering? Any kind of deal is related with money laundering. So money laundering is more sentence or more penalty. This is American style. Okay. So if they go to court, there are lots of charge for money laundering crime. It's more serious. The arrest and indictments is found another facet of the Trump administration's immigration policies, and even though they stem from raids carried out in 2015, have an odd connection to President Trump. That's what I mean. Is the indictment means is charged, arrest and charge. The central means due to raid. Raid is suddenly they take the best since 2015, and the other connection is unusual connection with President Trump. So that's why, as you know, nowadays it's the U.S. CIS not work there, especially. Donald Trump has a lot of the president steps, leader steps, and advisor. Especially U.S. CIS very serious. So this is the effect for especially F1 students. So nowadays U.S. CIS is not working. You know the levitate. Some governors, it's not one. It's lay down and then not walk, and then only see that direction. This style is meditate style, so they don't walk. And then the Trump administration is to change or not here. Watch out on not walking. This is the new trend nowadays. So many F1 students is worried about this terrorism. That's the reason. one operator allegedly totally told clients. Allegedly means is be based on clients. Anyway, there's some operators said that they would have a better chance of sleeping past immigration officers by telling them they intend to stay at the Trump International Hotel in Honolulu, which is for sarcasm. This express with a sarcasm. So Donald Trump is pushed the USCIS steps, and then if you want to stay in the United States, you register for Donald Trump's hotel. This is expressed in sarcasm style. Sarcasm. Something. It's interesting. We can move on. February 4th, Monday. The Super Bowl made history. Not all of it is super. Not all of it is exactly not interesting. It's very, very good. As you know, I also watch the TV on Sunday afternoon. It's ruined Sunday. It's very waste time to watch this NFL. The game was mostly scoreless. Only 13 to 3. The halftime act was shirtless. What's the meaning? Shirtless. No shirt. Because it's the halftime show is Maroon 5. Maroon 5 is rock band, pop and rock band Maroon 5. halftime show. The lead singer is Adam Levine. Adam Levine is take out their shirts. And then some years ago, Janet Jackson is early with something problem to cross because he's in the dancing, and then the cross is to take out the half, and then he's nearly opened his chest in the TV. It's big issues there. And then the Adam Levine is take out his shirts and then sing. So it's also very worst, very worst halftime show in the world. So it was the most boring game. And in 35 years since the last LA team won an NFL championship, the city of Angels is still winless for 35 years. When it comes to the Super Bowl, the LA Rams' high-flying offense was know-how. Now here to be found as the New England Patriots beat them 13 to 3, the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever, to take their sixth title under coach Bill Belichick. Time then with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the most in NFL history. Now it's 6 times winner NFL, and the 2 teams. One team is Patriots and one team is Steelers. So, and hey, this is very boring game. It was also record the 6th Super Bowl victory of the quarterback Tom Bradley. As the halftime show, Maroon 5 was already being panned on social media before it took the stage. The band's performance and the frontman. Frontman means is named leader. And then Levine suddenly allergy to his shirt. Allergy means is disgust. Didn't improve the reviews and the ads. You know that the CBS charges $5.5 million per 30 seconds. It's increased every year, $0.5 million for 30 seconds. The 2018 NFL is main sponsor is Budweiser. But the Budweiser is very poor. Well, they gave us everything from wind-powered beer, that means it's Budweiser, to Andy Warhol eating a burger. So it's very poor advertising. So anyway, they failed to NFL is serious. This is the last Sunday news, and Monday, most people is to sexism is NFL game. That's another story. Okay, let me briefly explain the day 17th. So we are 2 years. We keep no class this quarter. So this is last class day. So 8th with the come of the business economics, I choose the cost. Cost has some different meaning in the financial, in the accounting, and this generally they have some different words. 17 page 17. The cost. The cost in this chapter, cost is focused on economic and the financial and the accounting. In the economic, we have the fixed cost, indirect cost, or overhead. Overhead meaning is indirect cost. Okay, indirect cost, direct cost, business expenses that are not depend on the level of goods or services produced by the business. We produce the goods and services, and then it occurs fixed cost, indirect cost, and overhead cost, indirect cost. They tend to be timely late. Last time I talked to you, several decades ago, cost is just money. But now it's a different approach. Cost meaning is time. The time is also cost. How can we calculate the cost? Last time, money is to exactly number of that, but the time is not related to the number. There are so many research for express the cost by express the time by cost. So cost is also very important factors for productivity in produce the goods and services, such as salaries or rent being paid per month, and often referred to as overhead cost. This is in contrast to value of cost, which are volume related and are paid per quantity produced. So this, if we increase the quantity and then automatically increase the value of the cost. But the fixed cost is consistent. For the simple example, such as bakery, the monthly rent for the baking facilities, and the monthly payments for the security system, and basic phone line are fixed costs, okay, for example. And they do not change according to how much bread the bakery produces and sells. It's not related value. So make 10, 11, 100. Anyway, the fixed cost is consistent. On the other hand, the wage cost of the bakery are variable, because if we hire 2 guys, 3 guys, 5 times or 10 times. As the bakery will have to hire more workers if the production of bread increases. Right? The relation between fixed cost and variable cost can be modeled by the analytical formula. We have another formula. any volume, Q1, Q2, even if the quantity is different, but the same price. But at this time, Q1 value of cost is increased. So fixed cost is consistent, but the value of cost is increased if we increase the quantity. That's the point. And the total cost is consist of value of cost plus fixed cost. This is the main formula. Okay, this is very important. This is related for scale. Sorry. Scale. What's the meaning? Yeah, most of economists research for a long time focused scale. If I open the sandwich, how many people hired, how many tables is installed there, and how many cook there. So this is a scale. And I want to make some Apple factory in here or Detroit or China. This is related because why? The reason is the better cost. How can we adjust or better to control the total cost? It's too related tax or workforce or some many factors in there. But finally, conclusion is to relate the scale. Scale meaning is how many people work there and how long, how many factories there, and how many produce the goods and services. This is the forever assignment, forever homework for economics. This is for scale. Okay, in managerial account, there are financial accounting and managerial accounting and general accounting. So accounting is 4 or 5 kinds of accounting. It's a little bit different for focus that fixed costs are defined as expenses that do not change as a function of the activity of the business. Do not change with the relevant period. For example, the retailer must pay the rent and utility bills irrespective of sales. In marketing, it is necessary to know how cost divided between variable and fixed cost. This distinction is crucial, very important. This distinction is important in forecasting the earnings generated by various changes in unit sales and thus the financial impact of proposed marketing plan. In survey of nearly 200 senior marketing managers, 60% response that they found the variable and fixed cost metric values metrics some standard. Okay, standard is variable. Okay, value of costs are also the change in portion to the goods and services that the business produce. Value of costs are also the sum of the marginal cost. It's a little bit difficult to understand the marginal cost. Okay, so we produce the 1 to 10, the marginal cost, for example, marginal cost, and compared to 10 to 20 or 10 to 30 produce is a little different. This is marginal percent. A little bit confusing or difficult to understand. This increase X, and then how many increase Y. This is the marginal concept. So the meaning is increase here, increase Y, increase here, increase here. So that check the slope. This is the marginal concept. Okay. Next time we can briefly explain that. This is the marginal concept. So that's why the fixed cost is too federal, but the value of cost is related to the marginal cost. Because there's some company is slope, other company slope is this is different style to slope. The meaning is the marginal cost. This is a little bit different concept. So they can also be considered normal cost. Fixed cost and variable cost make up two components of total cost. The total cost. That cost, however, a cost that can easily be associated with a partial cost, particular cost of that. However, not all variable costs are direct costs. For example, variable manufacturing overhead costs are variable costs that are indirect costs, not direct costs. This overhead cost is a little bit different. It depends on the context. So, for example, variable manufacturing overhead costs are variable costs and direct costs are direct costs. Variable costs are sometimes called, that's why, unit level cost. Unit level cost. As they vary the number of units, because if we produce a lot, it depends on the variable cost is changed. That's why it's unit cost. Okay, that's all. Okay, any question? So I have limited something to do. Today is the last day, and then we have 3 weeks post break, and then during the time you have to register and we have something. If you want to take class Wednesday near the Fullerton, you can do it because it's next quarter. I have my personal office in the Fullerton around the NI. So the course is allowed Wednesday class there. So if you are coming to far, for example, Modalba or some Golden Heights, maybe